I believe it's called the woke mind virus, has hit the courtroom. So without further ado,
I pointed you to the exact paragraph.
Stop.
It's her education.
Stop.
Because you don't want to hear
Oh,
the
stop.
argument is.
Stop.
uh-oh.
You interrupt me one more time, you are being held in direct contempt of court, and
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
wipe that smirk off.
I don't
your
have a
face.
smirk on my face.
Oh, yes, you
I do
do.
not.
I am not going to tolerate this from you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Fill out the request, get the form from our court clerk's office on the second floor, make sure it comports with what you've got already, get it filed, mailed in, whatever you need to do, let us assess her request. If it's,
My client's not seen her child. There is no order in this court, and there's been no jurisdiction found that this court has jurisdiction over this child who has never lived in your county.
You just
Never
interrupted.
lived.
You
I did
just
not.
interrupted.
There was a pause. There was a break. I wasn't done with my argument.
and I was not done with my statement.
Hey, yo, you talking to the judge like that? Oh, this is gonna be good.
You interrupted again. Do not throw your.
I did not throw. It fell off the bench. Please stop stating things that are not true.
Look at the
ma'am.
other lawyer just like,
Sir,
minding his
you've got a
business.
room full of witnesses.
I do. I put it down. I did. I put it down and it fell down. I did not fall.
Then settle down.
I'm not upset and I'm not arguing. You're not letting me make an argument. I'm not red in the face, ma'am. I'm not.
Stop. Our court reporter cannot get what we're both saying.
I am trying to make my argument. You interrupted my argument halfway through.
This
On
is
an
a panic
objection.
button that will get every available deputy and.
Yes, ma'am, I'm aware. It's happened to
You're
me before.
interrupting. It has.
Yes.
Because you're out of line
Yeah,
with court.
I guess so.
Okay.
So let me get this straight. This is not the first time you've had the bailiffs have to come remove you from a courtroom, and you think the judge is the problem? Okay. All right. Let's see what happens.
If I push that
Or maybe
button,
because I'm a transgender attorney practicing all over the state.
Oh
know what
boy,
you
here we
do,
go.
ma'am. It's not that you do.
I don't know whether
You do,
you're
ma'am. You
transgender,
do. You
other
do.
than you have just now.
No, ma'am.
He's
You
still
do.
interrupting too.
You do.
Or
It's
she.
happened when we talked on the phone.
That wasn't talking, let me tell you. You were entirely inappropriate.
You were yelling at
So,
me and I did not even know you were the judge.
And I didn't know you from Adam.
I
at
said,
that
my name
point.
is Rob Hopkins. I'm an
Which doesn't
attorney
mean
in
anything.
Oklahoma City.
No, sir, you did not.
Okay.
Okay?
There's no one there to know that, right?
Okay, so we are pausing this until you get the ADA request form filled out and it gets processed.
So we're going to pause the hearing on jurisdiction that's been set twice. I drove an hour and a half to have the hearing. My client's available telephonically. And
Sounds like
we
a
are
you department
simply
problem.
not even taking testimony.
Is your client available telephonically?
Yes, ma'am.
today?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then get her on the phone.
Thank you.
Your Honor, to which we would object. This is as clear as the nose on my face that this woman will not appear before this court because she has a warrant for stealing.
Objection, hearsay. That's not true. And you're ready
You
to
were fine, sir.
me. It's
Look at the difference between how the other guy started talking versus, I guess, whatever he, she, it, they, them want to be called is talking to the judge. Completely two different stories.
or shot at me.
I'm not putting it on there.
No, we're stopping.
Get out of my face, sir. Get out of my face, sir.
You may say-
Get out of my face.
You should leave this county.
Get out of my face. Get out of my
These
face.
people are my friends, and you're being ugly.
And get out of my face.
Called him ugly.
Why?
What do you mean why? You're held in contempt, buddy.
He shouted at me. No, I'm not being, you did not even say that I was in
You are
contempt.
in direct.
No, I'm not.
She definitely said it.
You interrupt me one more time, you are being held in direct contempt of court.
Very threatening by this person. The screaming and the yelling in court, I've never even heard that before in this courtroom.
Right. That's crazy.
Do not hurt me. Do not hurt me.
Put your hands behind your
Put your hands
back.
behind your back.
Do not. Are you throwing me over the?
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting.
Okay, put your hands behind your back, stop resisting.
You know exactly what's
Why
happening.
don't you all walk that way so you
I
can
can't walk. I'm being thrown down.
just slow down, walk
Not being thrown down.
Do not
That's
grab
resisting.
me. Do not grab me. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're hurting me. You're hurting me.
You try to hit him in the stomach with his knee.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Put your hands behind
I
your back.
cannot breathe.
Saying you can't breathe is a million times as
Can't breathe.
you're breathing.
I can't breathe.
It's not gonna work, buddy.
I can't breathe.
Yo, imagine this being your lawyer. You lost your case. It's over.
Somebody call 911. Please.
Leg secure.
Somebody call 911. Somebody call 911. Somebody call.
We're going to your phone now. All right, we're gonna pick you up. Roll on the
No, no, I don't. Get a female officer now. Get a
For
female
what?
officer now. Get a female officer now.
You're a man, no? Now you want a
I can't
female
get up, I
officer?
can't see. He just threw my glasses.
You don't need to see to get up. Get your
Give me
fat
my
ass up.
glasses. Put them on my face. Put them on my face. I cannot see.
No.
Please give me my glasses. I cannot see.
That's crazy. The fact that
I'm not trying to walk. and
he, I guess, for lack of a better term,
I need my
thinks that he's right is crazy.
Thanks, Robert. Thanks, guys.
That is nuts. That is insanity at its finest. This is the lawyer. So I guess the one on the top was when she was a woman, and now this is what she is. I don't know how she has facial hair. That's kind of impressive, actually, to be quite honest. New video of a transgender attorney, Rob Hopkins, is going viral after security cameras capture her being tackled to the ground and jailed for contempt. Hopkins, an Oklahoma attorney, ignored repeated warnings and continued arguing and interrupting the judge before the officers were called in to arrest her. I mean, it's kind of common sense. I've been to court a couple times, just for regular stuff, like, some minor traffic infractions and things like that. While sitting there, I've seen people who've had their lawyers and see how the lawyer interacts with the judge and just the requirements of court in general. Like they require that you wear a certain level of attire, the way that they speak, the way that things are introduced, and the way both lawyers usually speak, and just how the bailiff treats the people that are waiting for their case to be heard. Like, for you to think as an attorney that it's okay to act the way that she did is beyond me. And I think it speaks to a deeper thing where you have these folks who, and this isn't just specific to the trans community. I feel like you see it manifest the most in the trans community, but you see it where they have this thought about what reality is and how it's supposed to look, and they choose that reality, and then when they're met with the complete opposite, or when they're met when they're presented with a situation where their thought process and how they react, or how they would perceive the world, is not immediately ratified or justified, it turns into this low IQ argument that is always about, oh, it's because I'm trans, or it's because you dislike me for X or Y. And it's like, no, there are things There are stipulations in life where you have to do certain things and you won't like them. And that goes for everybody, whether that's me driving the speed limit, whether that's being to work on time, whether it's performing your job duties, even if there's parts of your job you don't like. The judge never said he was in contempt of court, to be fair. Also, the way the other lawyer was coming across was pure douchebag / intimidation when he walked up to the trans and stepped like he was going to hit says tackle the trans. Totally unacceptable behavior in a courtroom. Did we watch the same video, bro? The dude put his hands in his pocket, and yeah, he teased them and was, obviously, antagonizing him, and I wouldn't agree with that. But to respond the way you did is kind of ridiculous, or to respond the way that she did is beyond ridiculous. Like, just because someone teases you or antagonizes you doesn't mean you have to fall for the bait and then respond back. Like, it's kind of stupid. Get a female officer now. Argument is over, folks. Even they know they aren't men. Pretending to be men right up until she gets manhandled for being mouthy. Suddenly, she remembers she's a woman. No real man with self-respect would ever plead weakness like that. Embarrassing, right? Demands that you recognize his gender while simultaneously yelling for a female officer. That's hilarious. Requesting a female officer. Nope. Sorry, you're a man now, right? Around you find out you did. Oh my God, that was good. That was a good one. On this episode of What Not to Do as a Lawyer, he's gonna need a lawyer. Must be liberal after raging with the judge. It pulls the because I'm trans card. Then when found in contempt, yelled, "I can't breathe." Sounds about right. You were serious about that? Yeah. From my cousin Vinny. That's a good movie. Wow. Actually sounds like a demon towards the end when they start screaming. This is what men suppress daily. Testosterone rage. She learned a terrible lesson about being a man that day. That other attorney clearly had just as much rage running through him, but he didn't completely flip out, did he? No, he learned to control it when he was younger. Personally, I think everyone in the video are in competition to be equally unlikable, from the can't handle testosterone biological woman to the opposing you should leave this county council. Yeah, that comment is a little bit much, trying to push him over the edge. I get it. I don't like it. I wouldn't have made that comment. I just stay shut and let her dig her own hole as she did. But at the same time, can we really blame that comment, or was this something brewing long before that comment was even made? I mean, she even said, "Oh, this has happened to me in multiple courtrooms." Like, yeah, I wonder why. Is it because you're trans, or is it because you're just insufferable?